Good morning from Pueblo. Happy Sunday. Rampage 10UB getting ready to take on the Pueblo Bulls. They used to be the Pueblo Tigers, not to be confused with the Colorado Springs Tigers. But I guess since the last time I've been down here, which has been a couple years, they're now the Pueblo Bulls. This is one of my favorite rinks of all the rinks I've ever been in. Looks like the bottom of a ship here in the Pueblo Ice Arena in downtown Pueblo. And I'm sure that there's going to be plenty of copyright claims on this video with all the music that seems to be blasting right above where I'm broadcasting. I think since the last time I've here, they've added these little box areas, which thankfully is open to me to be able to broadcast. There's, I think, 3 or 4 of them. So nice little vantage point up here. It's not like the West Rink where there's absolutely no good place to broadcast from. So warm-up is over. The pucks have been gathered. Coach Sean, Coach Dan giving their last words to the away team in Navy. Had the little scrimmage yesterday morning. For those that didn't know, we were up at the Air Force Academy. I chose not to broadcast. I was enjoying the game or planning to enjoy the game with my wife. And I actually had a parent thank me afterwards for not broadcasting. We were playing the Catamounts, which is another team in town. Thought it was a friendly little rec game, and they were all second-year squirts, and the final score was 12-0. I think we managed about 2 shots on goal, so a parent that was there said thank you for not broadcasting that. So I'm broadcasting today. Hopefully it's a much better game, kind of like we've seen the last game there in Vail, and then playing the Tigers last weekend. It looks like we've got our opening lineup on the ice. Parent to take the face-off, Clark on the left. I did not bring my glasses, so I may struggle with some of the numbers. I think that's Brown on the far side. Tracy near side D. And far side D is Habermel. Opening face-off won by Rampage. Clark sends it ahead to the blue line, and then Pueblo will send it back to the Rampage blue line. Rampage back to the Pueblo blue line. Pueblo skates back in their own zone. They'll skate it behind their goalie. Some pressure from Clark and Parent. Parent gets a stick in, and looks like she got away with a trip there. That happened yesterday. She got away with one and then got sent to the box for the next one. So just got to get a little bit better with the stick on puck and not stick on skates. But so far we're going to stay 5-on-5 hockey, but definitely dodged a bullet on that non-tripping call. Far side battle. Clark got a stick in there. Parent gets a stick on the puck there. And into the left circle. Pueblo dishes and intercepted by Clark. Clark down the middle, has Parent on the left. Over to Parent. Parent down the left-hand side, gets through the defender, sends it back to Clark. Clark shoots it at the net. The goalie had the pad down, so a nice move from Clark, and Parent get the first shot on net for Rampage. Pueblo now starts back the other way. Parent gets a stick on puck, forces it to the far corner, and it'll come back to her side near half boards. She'll bounce it along the boards up to Clark. Clark out of the zone. He's chasing the puck, gets to the puck. Here's Clark. Gets bumped out to the blue line. Dropped and comes out of the zone in a battle. Pueblo player loses a stick. At center ice is Cochran now, fresh off the bench. He sends it ahead to Marud, and Pueblo back the other way. They'll send it into the Rampage zone. Tracy now from his own end, down the left-hand side with speed. Gets forced to the outside into the near corner. He sends it behind the net. Far corner now. Pueblo starts out of their own end. Tracy is back, gets a stick on it, and then Pueblo gets a shot that was blocked by Tracy into the near corner. Tracy into the right circle, up to Marud, and over to Cochran. Cochran ahead to Marud, across to Yaramilo, down the right-hand side, into the far corner. Pueblo bounced it off the side of the net, came right to Cochran, who couldn't handle it, and then he gets his stick lifted, and Pueblo down the middle. Barber's back. She gets her stick in and takes the puck away, fires it to the far corner, and is rewarded with a big cheer from the Rampage parents. Like the effort from Barber. Barber again in the right circle, gets a stick on the puck, breaks up the Pueblo player from moving towards the net. Centering pass right out in front. There's a battle for the puck and a big shot. And I forgot to mention that Chalik is in net, and a big save from Chalik on a point-blank shot after that battle between the circles. So each team with a good opportunity now. Luster with a shot, ended up left and now on the right side. Pressure from Meza in the far corner. Sent out to the point and out of the zone, back in off sides, which was not called, interestingly. Oh, no, they did. I just didn't hear the whistle. I think the instructor ref is probably telling them, make sure you blow the whistle. Or blow it loud enough for people to hear. The kids on the ice heard it. I did not. All right, some fresh Rampage players. We got Mays on the left side. He was out there. Tracy left D. Habermel right D.
Pressure!
Luster is out there. I think he took the face off. And I'll tell you the other forward as soon as I can figure it out. Pueblo, top of the right circle, sent towards the net, deflected by Tracy. Mensink is out there as well. He's playing forward. He's been playing D the last couple games, but it's like he's playing forward. And Rampage will send out some fresh skaters. It's like 5 new ones. Parent, Clark, Brown up front. Wildermuth. On left D. Right D is Barber. Face-off won by Pueblo, sent in the Rampage zone and sent right back out by Wildermuth. Picked up by Parent. Parent down the left-hand side, over to Clark. Back to Wildermuth. And back to the Rampage blue line. Barber to Parent. Parent at center gets it to the Pueblo blue line, and then a couple of Pueblo players run into each other. So Parent has it at center ice. Wildermuth denied the entry. And here goes Clark down the left-hand side with speed. Tried to cut back. Was bumped off the puck. He'll pressure in the corner. Near side half boards. Brown comes across. Wildermuth sends it up to Clark. Clark sends it towards the net. It's intercepted. Brown had a stick down, but they skated around that. Wildermuth at the blue line. Try to put the body in, and Pueblo makes a cut through the right circle. Drop pass intercepted by Parent, and then kicked by the Pueblo player diving. Sends it back behind Chalik. Far side now, Clark and Barber. Barber gets to it first. Clark in the circle. Comes to Wildermuth. He takes a look. Sends it out to center ice. Was intercepted by a Pueblo player, and now Parent just about got to it. Clark did. Sends it into the zone. Rampage will have to keep the pressure on as Pueblo has it. Out of the zone and back in offsides. The linesman's whistle is very weak. I don't know if it's the whistle itself or the amount of air that's being forced into the whistle, but I heard it that time, but it's still pretty kind of a lackadaisical whistle. Then again, I'm up kind of high here, so maybe that's the problem. I don't know. Okay, some more fresh Rampage players. 5 fresh players. Tracy back in the circle. Here Milo gets a stick in the lane. That shot went wide right. Pueblo trying to hold it in. Rampage trying to clear. Sent across. Habermel got a stick on it, and Jaramillo now out of his own zone. Down the right-hand side through center. Skates it into the zone. Gets dumped. And the puck's back into the neutral zone. Back in. Jaramillo is still in the zone. Offsides on Rampage. 5:31 left in the first. We're looking for the first goal. Tied at 0. Jaramillo to take the face off. Baroud on the left. Wildermuth banging his stick back behind. He gets dumped at center ice. And Pueblo enters the zone with 3 Rampage defenders preventing the shot going to the net. Ends up in the near corner. Centering pass intercepted by Rampage. Sent ahead and brought out of the zone by Marood, and Jaramillo unable to advance it back into the Rampage zone. Wildermuth will be denied as well. Marood along the sideboards. There's going to be a penalty, I think, on Pueblo for tripping Marood. Or is it going to be on Rampage? Let's see. Not sure who they're calling on the penalty. It is a Pueblo penalty for tripping. Rampage will get the first power play of the game. There's certainly been opportunities on both teams to call penalties, and Pueblo, the home team, gets penalized first. 1:30 up on the board for the power play advantage going to Rampage with the extra attacker. 4:51 left in the first. Face-off won by Pueblo, but then given to Rampage. Luster dishes across to Cochran. Luster goes back to get it. Out to the point. Cochran up high and gets it taken away. And Pueblo, short-handed, gets it to center ice. Taken back away by Habermel. Mensink got a stick in, but Pueblo has it at center. Intercepted by Habermel. Down the right-hand side, he'll dump it. Back behind the Pueblo goalie. 54 seconds left on the power play. Rampage looking for their first power play shot. Mensink holds it in. Sends it through the right circle. Pueblo has it. Right to left behind their goalie. Through the left circle and skating out to the blue line. Here's Pueblo. Broken up just outside the Rampage blue line. Battle in the neutral zone. Rampage with the extra attacker, but unable to establish any kind of pressure. That shot was going towards the net. The goalie directed it back behind. Picked up by Luster behind the net. Meza comes in to help out. Tried to stuff it. Goalie's down, puck's covered. 5 seconds left on the Rampage power play. Did get a shot off towards the end there before the goalie got it covered. 3:26 left in the first. We're still tied at 0. Parent, Clark, and Brown out front. Wildermuth and Barber on the blue line. Pueblo sends out fresh penalty killers for the last 5 seconds. Sent towards the net. Brown was going. Parent was watching. And Pueblo back to full strength. Parent sends it towards the net. Intercepted by Pueblo, who's now back to full strength. And counterattacking down the left-hand side. Parent coming across. That shot hit the post. Chalik saw it coming, but it stayed just left of his blocker and hit the post. Bounced out in front. Play continues. Brown has it. We'll dish it back across towards Parent, who has to hustle, and Pueblo gets there first. Wildermuth. He'll send it out to the top to a waiting Clark, and Clark has Parent down the left-hand side. Couldn't keep control of the puck. Out at center. Back to Barber. In between her own circles. Sends it out ahead to Clark, who gets swarmed by 3. He goes down. Like he might be a little bit hurt. I'm not sure if his helmet hit the ice, but he's back on his feet now. Seems to be okay. Sends it over towards Brown and intercepted by Pueblo. Down the left-hand side. Brown probably could have been called for a trip there, and here goes Parent down the right-hand side. With speed, she's got 2 following her. She's tried to center it, nobody there. Sends it across again, picked up by Brown. Sent towards the net, intercepted before it got to the goalie. So a little bit of pressure from Rampage here with 1:46 left in the first. Over towards Parent, who gets bumped off the puck, and Pueblo will exit. Wildermuth came across, send it back into the zone, and Clark comes across with Brown. Brown up to Clark. Brown down the right-hand side. Has a break. Tried to send it back across to Yeramilo, was going towards the net. And now Pueblo on a counterattack. And a steal. Clark again tries to get it deeper. Back out to Yeramilo. Bumped off the puck into the far corner. 1:10 left in the first. 0-0 is the score. Pueblo starts from their own end. Gains the neutral zone through center and enters the Rampage zone, and then an unforced error into the corner, but a centering pass right out in front. A couple of players go down, a loose stick. Clark able to get it out of the zone, take the pressure off. That looked a little bit dangerous. Rampage changing. Tracy unable to clear. Another try from Rampage to the top of the left circle. Pueblo sends it towards the net, intercepted in the left circle. Right out in front, stick down, and Pueblo picks up the loose puck with 23 seconds to go. Chalik had gone down, and Pueblo strikes first. 1-0 with 23 seconds left in the first. Rampage tried a couple times to clear, and the loose puck picked up and fired to the left-hand side for a 1-0 Pueblo lead. It's been fairly evenly matched, kind of back and forth, both teams having their opportunities. Face-off won by Pueblo. Brought into the Pueblo zone by Marood, back out into neutral ice. Rampage gets back on side, 10 seconds left in the first. Pueblo trying to get one more shot off here before the end of the first. Sent towards the net, but the buzzer signals the end of the first. I'm going to wrap up this period, and I'll be back to start the second in just a couple minutes. 1-0 Pueblo.